Hello there, NatWest Trophy quarter-final day. Welcome to the highlights. We were at Headingley for the Wars of the Roses, Yorkshire versus Lancashire. Now, Lancashire very much the form side. They've one trophy in hand already this summer. Yorkshire more erratic, but there's nothing sweeter for a Yorkshireman than to beat the old enemy. At the teams. For Yorkshire, Craig White is back from the Test match, and Darren Gough, much talk about his injured foot. He was past fit and included in the Yorkshire side.
Well, first strike, and is he delighted? Ball that swung away, maybe a bit wide, and Gough salutes the crowd and they him.
Well, that's what he's there for. England captain Mike Allerton on his way back. A rueful look at the scoreboard, which says 8 for 1. A good line from Darren Gough. Just a fraction wide. Mike Allerton pushing out at it. Just a question of a really minor error of judgment, but it's enough. And it was a good catch too. Richard Blakey, the man behind the stumps. And that looked a quick delivery too. So Richard Blakey has the catch, Darren Gough has the wicket. Mike Allerton gone for 5, and Lancashire having won the toss, 8 for 1.
Playing across, but the virtue of line of wicket to wicket, and what a start for him and Yorkshire.
There's just a little bit of cut back there from Mark Robinson, and probably hitting leg stump. It's cut back, it's forced Jason Gallion to come across that front pad.
Yes, and the batsman hasn't even bothered. Well, the warning was there in the last over of whipping the ball away through the onside, and it is one of Crawley's favourite strokes. I don't know if the head shake is about the decision or about missing it, or even playing it. But he's gone anyway for 13, and 3 down now for 47.
Well, I think he knew he was out because he didn't really want to look at the umpire. It's one of his favourite shots to play across the line through mid-wicket. We've been mentioning that. But it's also one of his technical problems. The new batsman is David Lloyd's son, Graham.
Big shout, and he doesn't bother looking either. White's got 2 and 1 over. And that tremendous batting lineup I was looking at on paper, at the moment is only existing on paper.
Well, as every cricketer knows, paper don't count when you're in a match. Well, a very indifferent shot this, when you think it's a second ball. It's wide of off stump. He's never given himself any opportunity to get the feel of the game, the bounce of the pitch, get used to Craig White's bowling. You know, it's the sort of ball you could have left alone, in fact. You didn't need to block. 12 allotted overs with the weaker bowlers. Oh, but it's come off. It's come off. The weaker bowlers got the breakthrough. A little rush of blood there from Neil Fairbrother. Couldn't resist. Trying to whack him to leg. That's a big blow for Lancashire. Terrific blow for Yorkshire. He's dancing down the pitch, and there's really no need for that. Smart stumping by Richard Blakey, and that's a terrific wicket for Yorkshire. New batsman is Wasim Akram.
117 for 5 now. Well done, well bowled, beautifully bowled. That slower over the wrist ball I was talking about has completely fooled Wasim Akram. Himself no mean exponent of the slower ball. Well, that's something Michael Bevan's developed since he's been over here with Yorkshire on the county stint.
Well, I did say before he bowls licorice all sorts. You've got to be careful of him, and that's it. It's deceived Wasif Akram. Slower ball, looped at him, over the wrist, almost like a Chinaman, and it loops in the air, comes off a bit slower, and that was brilliantly thought out and brilliantly bowled. And two very big danger men out of the way.
Gone. A little bit of width, but Warren Hegg, he loves to play it inside out, offside, and often a batsman's strength brings about his downfall, and that happened there. So now real problems with 7 down.
Well, this is a really wild hit in the position that Lancashire are. It really gives it the full treatment, doesn't even try to caress it through the covers. We've seen how fast the outfield is. He really tried to belt it. Hardly anybody today from the Lancashire team wants to stay in and bat the 60 overs.
It's gone high in the sky, and there'll be a dash for that. And very well caught indeed. That was a good catch. Sort of catch. It's easy to take running in towards it.
I'll tell you what, that was extraordinary, because Craig White, who caught it in the end, it was just a big top edge that went a long way up in the air. Craig White spent half his time looking at the man coming in from deep square leg, and then decided it was his, caught it very well. Kept his hands high enough. In the end, made it look a very simple catch indeed. But it ends a very worthy effort by Mike Watkinson. 55 runs, that's Lancashire's top score in this innings.
Oh, that must be close. It's out. Yes, it's out. It all looked to be completely under control by Ian Austin. He set off, no problem at all, but it was young Gary Yates rather, who was struggling all the time. Gary Yates.
Well, I'll tell you what, Michael Bevan is well worth watching in the field. It was the speed with which he got to the ball, plus the speed with which the throw came in. Gary Yates, I don't think, really appreciated the danger.
That's a big shot, and that's all over for Lancashire. Terrific performance by Yorkshire, both with the ball and supporting in the field.
Well, full credit again to Mark Robinson. Straight. There wasn't much of a stride forward by Glenn Chappell. He was in the side primarily, of course, for his bowling. But he's lasted just 2 balls, hasn't added to the score. And Lancashire, all out for 169, have a lot of hard work to do if they're going to try and stay in this match.
Yorkshire really fought hard in the field. Good economical bowling, backed up by lively fielding. Gough 1 for 18 off 9, and then there was Robinson 3 for 21, he was excellent, and White 2 for 28. They were the pick. So Yorkshire require 170 runs to win, at 2.83 runs per over.
Short run. Four runs.
Yard. Lovely, effortless shot. He just sort of tucks it away off his hip. That's what I was talking about. Anything on his hip.
That's a good shot. Almost pointless giving chase down there, it's so fast. Plays that shot well and times it well.
He's done it again. Wasn't very short, that ball. He's picked it up beautifully, more or less with a straightish bat. It wasn't an all-out pull shot. The outfield is very fast. Yeah, it seems to go quicker as it gets closer to the boundary on both sides. Normally you have a run down towards the old pavilion. Very good stroke. It's also a very short boundary at the end here, the Kirkstall Lane end.
Interesting shot too. It was a very close face used by David Byas.
That's Metcalf's area. Too much width. Always fluent leg side, Metcalf.
Neatly placed. 100 up, and Metcalf is going along very well.
Sort of equation, the side chasing would be pretty happy. And so Yorkshire must just remember that, convince themselves that they still have enough in hand. That'll help. That's a good shot. Got a bottom hand into that, and a chase for Mike Watkinson, which is going to prove fruitless.
He loves that square drive. He plays the ball between backward point and extra cover quite beautifully when he's in good form. Now 15 from 15. Bevan needs just one boundary just to break this up a little bit. And that's the one. That is exactly what he needed.
Well, that was a fabulous shot. That takes him to his 50. Really tense, nail-biting 50 that'd be.
They won't stop that ball. Now it's going to be Chappell, Glenn Chappell, the ball from the Kirkstall Lane end. Michael Bevan has strike. Now then, two more needed. So Hartley can't concentrate only on defence here.
Well, Yorkshire really need one run to get the scores level. And then if they don't lose all the wickets, they can still win the game. That's it. That's it. Going to be 2 runs, and the players are going to be mobbed, particularly the Yorkshire players. Terrific performance there at the end by Peter Hartley, scored the winning runs, but above all Michael Bevan. A lot of tension and pressure, and a wonderful performance by the Australian, kept his nerve.
Well, the Yorkshire innings was a bit of a stumble, really, but Michael Bevan was the thread which held it together. David Byas played well, Ashley Metcalf 33, but there was in fact decent support at the end from Gough and Peter Hartley, though only 3 not out. Michael Bevan's was the most fluent innings and the most controlled.